Hi students, welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I am broadcasting to you from beautiful Budapest on a sunny day here on Friday. Welcome for Dovs. Hi Yvonne, hi Patricio. Good to see members in class on time. This is a members chat class. Everybody is welcome to watch, of course, and we will have an academic reading class in 90 minutes where everybody can chat. So this is again task 2 for the IELTS writing section. Materials come from our websites at aehelp.com for the academic version of the test, and for the general module, check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of those websites, we have lots of great materials for you. This is our academic website. You can click that red button to join, get 6 exams, 100 hours of videos, fully interactive course. For the general, join us here with the green background. Click that red button there. Hi, Paula. Good luck on your exam tomorrow, Paula. Exciting times. Stay focused, stay sharp. And of course, to all of our other viewers who are doing exams, just stay calm. Remember, the sun will shine, and do your best. Hi, Rahul. Good to see you in class. All right. Let's jump back to the lesson of today. You can use the code LIVE20, LIVE20, for a 20% discount on our websites. And send me an email to adrian@aehelp.com if you have questions about the exam or our products. Again, today, task 2 writing, and it's followed by reading. And then tomorrow, Saturday, we'll have a speaking part 2 and a speaking part 3 lesson. So make sure you join for that. All right, task 2 question for today. Here we go. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Make sure to spend 40 minutes on task 2. It is worth 2/3 of your writing band score. So it's worth about 65% of your total writing score. Task 1 is the other 35% roughly. So make sure that you spend 40 minutes, which is 2/3 of the time, on this task. Don't take time away from task 2 for task 1. Okay, here we go. Playing video games has become a daily hobby for millions of people and even a profession for many. What has led to this exceptional popularity of video gaming? And is this a good or bad development? All right, kind of an interesting pop culture topic for today. Pop culture, of course, means popular culture in our time. Give reasons and explanations for your responses. Write at least 250 words. A lot of students aren't quite clear on this. At least means minimum. So to have task completion, you need to have at least 250 words. And yes, they do count your words in the exam. So they will do a word count. They have a method for that. So make sure that you have 250 words. If you are looking to get those really high band scores, like 7.5 or higher, then you should be thinking 300, 320 words for task 2 to develop it well. Now, task 2, you need 4 paragraphs. You need the introduction. You need body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and conclusion. In the rare case, if somebody is really skilled in the English language and English literature, you can write 5 paragraphs, so you can add an extra body paragraph. But for most students, we suggest 2 well-developed paragraphs. And the most important sentence of your essay is your thesis. It's your argument sentence in your introduction. So we will look at developing that. All right. Let's take a look at this. So you should always paraphrase the question before you begin to write. Paraphrasing the question, as many of you know, it ensures that you understand the question, you're clear on the details of the question, and also it allows you to think deeply about the topic, as well as gather valuable vocabulary to use in your essay. So paraphrase the question sentence, okay? So write it in your own words. Now, this is not a part of your essay, this is just planning. And you can use part of the paper in the exam sheet for planning, okay? So that's okay to do. All right, paraphrase this question for me, members. Rahul, Preeti, Paula, Patricio, Ivan, Ferdavs. Write this question using your own words. I will do the same, okay? Let's do it together, and then we will compare, all right? And do your best. Ideally, paraphrasing is a 60% minimum word replacement. So 60% of the words are unique or different. The grammar, okay, that should be your goal, at least 60%. Really good paraphrasing is up to 100% changed, okay? All right, so there's my paraphrase. Okay, again, I'm waiting for the paraphrases members. Meanwhile, I'll read this out. So here's the original. Playing video games has become a daily hobby for millions of people and even a profession for many. What has led to this exceptional popularity of video gaming? And is this good or bad development? Is this a good or bad development? And then here is my paraphrase. So engaging in video game play has become an everyday activity for millions of individuals and even a career for some. What are the reasons for the rave of video gaming? Is this a positive or negative social evolution? So this is a paraphrase of the original question. This is very accurately stating the same idea using my own words. Now, of course, I have a decent lexical resource, which makes this a bit easier for me. But if I don't know these words, then what I can do is I can use the thesaurus. So the way I do that, if you have Microsoft Word, is highlight a word like popularity. And then in your review panel up at the top, you can click the thesaurus option. It's also Shift F7. Okay. And then on the side here, it gives me words. Now, these might be too small for you to see, so I'll just read them. Like admiration, approval, acceptance, fame is quite a good one. Fame, like famous. Status, reputation, attractiveness, regard, esteem, recognition. So those are the different nouns which are possible to replace the word popularity, okay? So make sure you use your thesaurus, okay? Sounds like a type of dinosaur, but it's not a dinosaur. It's the name of the synonym, antonym, quasi-dictionary, okay? So use that when you get stuck. Use a thesaurus. If you don't have Microsoft Word, there are online thesaurus options as well. If you Google thesaurus online, that will work, okay? So Rahul says, playing video games has become a daily practice for innumerable people, as well as a profession around the globe. Rahul, watch your parallel grammar form. You can't just say as well as professionals. There you have to say as well as a profession, okay, around the globe. What are the reasons behind this popularity of digital games? Is this a positive or negative influence? So again, Rahul, you have really good vocabulary and you have really good ideas. Your structure is getting quite strong. Rahul, your weakness is definitely grammar. So I highly suggest spending extra time and effort to improve your grammar skills in English. Once you do that, you will have advanced English, okay? So really focus on your grammar. Yvonne says, millions of humans play video games every day. For some of them, this is their job. Why is the video game industry so popular? Or, Yvonne, you need to use present perfect. Why has the video game industry become so popular? So present perfect. And what are the pros and cons of this? Yvonne, good. Really nice paraphrasing. I can really tell that's your own wording. Patricio says, each day more and more people are playing video games. For many of them, it is a profession. What is the cause of the video game boom? Patricio, nice use of the word boom. I love it. Is this positive or negative? Very good. Very good. Really nice paraphrasing, students. I love the originality. All of you are showing your own diction and style. That's great. Alexander, spending time playing computer games has become a leisure activity for millions and even a way of making money. Good. Why has this become so viral? Why has it gone so viral? Just the word order there in that sentence, Alexander. So why has it gone so viral? And what disadvantages and advantages does it have? Does it have? Okay. But very good. Alexander, very good. Again, very original, very good. Hi, Gurkirat. How are you? Welcome to the class. Paula says, using video games for entertainment. Paula, a word that's better than using there, more accurate verb is indulging. Indulging in video games as entertainment has become a common activity in people's lives. And for some individuals, it has become their job. What are the reasons why video games have become so popular? Is it positive or negative? Okay, Paula, that's good. A couple of slight grammatical mistakes. Careful with those, but otherwise it's good. Preeti, video games are most common playtime entertainment activity for millions of individuals, and also it serves as a job for many. What are the causes which have made it so attractive? And is this positive or negative progress? Yeah, Preeti, very good. Okay. Again, some corrections there. Indulge, Patricio, means to take part or do an activity with enjoyment. So you can indulge in ice cream or eating ice cream. Okay. Patricio has the spelling, Paula, just underneath your request there. All right. Okay, some nice paraphrasing there, students. So really good feedback for lexical resource. Hopefully all of our viewers were able to catch the valuable vocabulary that many of our members generated by these paraphrases. So if you're learning the IELTS in a classroom, it's a really good exercise to compare the paraphrasing between and among students so that you can pick up vocabulary from each other, just like in the chat here, okay? So that's very good. Gurkarat, one more. It is argued that video games are increasingly popular these days, and everyone belongs to a profession or age loves to play them. Is it positive because it reduces stress and makes life happy? Okay, Gurkarat, you're jumping ahead with the thesis. We're not quite there yet. All right. So here, the topic, of course, is video games. And the controlling ideas are the popularity of video gaming and the positive or negative. Okay, so let's discuss that a little bit, plan for it before we write our thesis. So let's come up with some good ideas here. So why are video games popular? Give me your thoughts. Now, again, students, don't just randomly think of answers, but really try to focus on the most popular answer. So 9 from 10 people. Okay, what would they say? So what would most people say are the reasons, the top 1 or 2 reasons for the popularity of video games? Why do people love them so much? What's the reason behind it? What's the logic? I don't think technological advances, Patricio, are the actual reason why people love them. I mean, people loved them even when they were very basic. Remember the Nintendo. Addiction is what happens from constantly playing, so it's not the reason. Harminder says it's a source of entertainment. Sure, that's intrinsic. Paula says they're fun and addictive. Those are very abstract. Okay. Gurkarat says because they release adrenaline in the brain and help people pass their leisure time. Okay, so let me try to dig a little bit deeper. Why are they entertaining? Okay. I still don't really see some top-level answers. I'd be a little bit worried at this point, students, if you tackled this essay with these points right now. I think you'd get yourself into a tricky situation. Remember, members, that when you have really abstract ideas like it's fun, it's entertaining, those in themselves are not an explanation that's comprehensible to an audience. You have to think about your reader as an alien. Okay, Preeti says that it's the animation attracts people, so they're entertaining. Sure. So if you think about it, video games are visually stunning, so they look amazing, especially with modern technology. They have great sound, and they tell some kind of a story, right? Okay, Paula says they're competitive. Okay, that's a good reason, Paula. So they allow for competition. They are challenging for people. Sure. So this is why they're entertaining. They're entertaining is kind of like they're saying they're popular. Entertaining is that they're popular, sure. So they're challenging, they're competitive, that creates excitement, okay? So that's a good reason. I still don't see perhaps the most popular reason of why they are so popular. Now, sometimes people say that video games are like a drug. Why is that? So why do people say that they're a drug? Maybe some of you have said this opinion. I just missed it. Yeah, for Doves. So for Doves kind of has the answer I'm thinking of, just in a little bit of a complicated way. So for Dove says games give the chance to think about a role and to play that role. Right. So how can you say that in a little bit more simple way for Dobbs? Video games are an escape from reality. Yeah, definitely. So now I think, yeah, Paula, now you're on the right track. So we can do activities in video games that we can't do in real life, like drive cars extremely fast, shoot all kinds of guns at virtual characters. So it allows us to explore our imagination and our desires, right? Absolutely. So that's what I would say are probably the three top reasons for the popularity of video games. They provide escape from the stresses of real life or reality. Another way to say that is they provide an alternate reality where we can be heroes, princes, princesses, heroines. So they provide an alternate reality. They are visually stunning with sound, and they tell an interesting story, right? Video games actually have stories, just like a book. So we become engaged in the story of the video game. That's that alternate reality. And then, of course, they also allow for that competition to challenge your skills and your mind, right? Okay. So is this good or bad? Okay. Now, again, members and Paula, like I know that you're going to be in your exam tomorrow. I really, really strongly suggest that when you're thinking about your essay and your thesis, when you're planning your main points for your body paragraph 1 and 2, please don't panic and don't start writing the essay until you are confident that you have 2 good points for those body paragraphs, okay? It's really dangerous to begin writing without having those 2 good points, and you will know when you have them. So when you have your 2 good points, you will think, okay, these 2 points are definitely clear, they're unique, they're top level answers, I can write some good body paragraphs with this. So make sure that even if it takes you 5 minutes, Paula, to come up with those points, then just take the 5 minutes and spend 35 minutes on the essay. Okay, don't rush into the essay. It's very, very dangerous to do that. All right. Rahul, interactive, same thing, competition. Okay. All right. So, yeah, we can say that. Interactive, sure. There's social. Okay, so let's get to the second. Remember not to miss parts of the question, right? So this is a 2-part question. It asks you, is this a positive or negative? In fact, the original question says, is this good or bad development? So is it good or bad development? So you have to answer that question as well in your essay, all right? So here we go. Let's ask this question. Is this a good or bad development? Okay. Oh, Paula, absolutely. Yeah, when you have clear ideas, it's not just easier, it's actually possible to start writing. When you don't have clear ideas, it's really painful, the whole essay, and you can kind of feel that it's not working the way that it should. It's like a car that just doesn't run right. You know, there's something wrong with it. All right, so is this a good or a bad development? So Paula says it's good as long as people don't abuse it or get addicted. Sure, so okay, another way to express that is it's a great form of entertainment when done in moderation. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So the opposite is it's negative if people become addicted and spend too much time and energy with it. Okay, great. So we can get into that in the body paragraphs. Yeah, we can say it's good for brain development, hand-eye coordination. So there are definitely positive aspects to video games, and in fact, people can even make money. Which is kind of nice. The question includes that, right? So you can use that in your essay. Okay. All right. So fantastic. Now let's write the thesis. So here you have to be, clever. Pay attention to the question to help you formulate the thesis. So go ahead and write the thesis so that it shows your reader your argument clearly, and it shows the structure of your essay clearly. So by reading your thesis, I should know, okay? Here's a good way to test the quality of your thesis. After a person reads your thesis statement, they should know A, the question you are trying to answer, B, your points for argument, C, the voice of your essay, and D, the structure. Okay, so that's what you should get from your thesis statement, or that's what the reader should get from your thesis statement. So when the reader reads your thesis, the last sentence of the introduction, they should know what it is you're trying to answer. They should know what points you're making for your argument. They should know if you're writing a first, second, or third person essay. And they should know roughly the structure, what you're going to state first, second, and third. Okay? Yes, Paula, I can go back to the question. Here we go. All right. So, playing video games has become a daily hobby for millions of people and even a profession for many. What has led to this exceptional popularity of video gaming? And is this a good or bad development? So basically your thesis should be answering these two questions clearly with 2 points, okay, showing the voice. All right, go ahead, members, write your thesis statement. I'm going to do the same. So I'll write my thesis statement with you, and then we'll compare, okay? All right, so there's my thesis statement. And I'm looking for our members' thesis statements as well. Now, this time I wrote my thesis statement as 2 sentences. And I wanted to show you that you can write a great thesis as 2 sentences, especially when the question is 2 parts. Okay? So here, my thesis statement reads, the ever-increasing boom of video gaming can be attributed means connected to or caused by, to an escape from reality and competition with others. Notice my parallel grammar here, escape from reality, right? So I have verb, preposition, noun. Competition, verb, with, preposition, others, noun, right? So these 2 points here are parallel grammar. Okay, they're parallel grammar. So this is a positive or negative for gamers' brain development. Gamers, notice how I have the apostrophe after the S because it's plural and I'm showing possession. So the brains of the gamers. So negative for gamers' brain development, comma, depending on the intensity of their video game, I should say here, video game playing habits. Okay, now if I don't want to repeat video so much, I can say digital game. Digital gaming habits. Okay. So, for Dobbs, I know it's an exciting topic and it's great to throw out facts like they're more popular than real games these days, but don't get ahead of yourself. Make sure to structure your writing, and you want to include that later in the essay. Okay? Preeti says, I believe that video gaming is a great source of entertainment. Not only is it good for the brain, but also it gives jobs for many people to earn money. Okay, Preeti, remember that the question, okay, and this is why it's really good to look at the question before you create your thesis, because the question is asking for why have video games become so popular. Now, Preeti, you haven't answered that question yet. Okay, the first part of the question is why have video games? So what has led to the exceptional popularity of video gaming? So the controlling idea is what's leading to the popularity of video gaming. Your thesis, Preeti, doesn't answer that. So if I read your thesis and I ask, what question are you trying to answer? Then what I think is you're answering the question of why are people enjoying video games, okay? So it doesn't really clearly show me the reasons for why video games are popular. Okay? Patricio says, although playing video games can be addictive for some people, I believe that this development is positive because it helps individuals to both keep entertained and avoid routine. So Patricio, again, yeah, you realize that even before I said it, you realize that you have the same problem in your thesis, right? So Patricio, you're answering kind of the second part of the question, which is this a good or bad development? Students, in the IELTS, when you have this kind of a question, you have to realize that this is your primary part of the question. So this is your number one. You have to focus on this part of the question first and foremost. Okay? So that's the most critical part of the question, that first part. Okay, what has led to this popularity of video gaming? You have to focus on that part first, and then you need to focus on this part. Okay? Paula says, the popularity of video games is due to their visual effects and pretended reality. Paula, very good. Pretended reality, it's a bit strange. Alternate reality is the correct way. Alternate reality. Okay, so the popularity of video games is due to their visual effects and alternate reality. It could be either positive or negative for the brain, depending on video game use and intensity. Okay, sure. Yeah, so Paula, you're kind of close, especially with the second part. That's a good sign. All right. And definitely you answer the question of why are they so popular in the first half. So good, Paula, you have a 2-part thesis there as well, 2-sentence thesis. That's good, it works. All right. Rahul says, playing video games has become popular. As well, it has positive influences on innumerable people around the globe because they are a source of entertainment and comprehensive too. Okay, Rahul, I think you've got the information a little bit mixed up. You want to separate it a little bit clearer. All right, so take a look at my thesis again. Remember what I said. So when you have a good thesis, then the person should know the question you are answering, your points for argument, the voice of your essay, the structure of your essay. So if I have this as my thesis, the ever-increasing boom of video gaming can be attributed to an escape from reality and competition from others. Right away, the reader knows that, okay, this person wants to answer the question of what is leading to the boom or the popularity of video gaming. What are the points? Well, this author's points are that it's because of an escape from reality and competition from others. What's the voice of the author? The author does not use I or you in these sentences, so the author's voice must be third person. What's the structure of this author? So I'm speaking about myself in third person. I know it's kind of weird, but what is the structure of the essay that I'm planning to write? According to this thesis, what do you think I will do? So what will I write about and how will I structure this essay? Can anybody tell me that? While you answer that question, I will read a couple more or I will read for Dawes here. Popular because of the wide range of interests that they cater to. Sure. I think for Dawes, you're kind of going into a much bigger essay. Okay, so Patricio says that maybe my body paragraph 1 will be escape from reality. Yep, and even more specifically, Patricio, popular because it's an escape from reality. Yeah, absolutely, it could be that. Definitely, you're on the right track. Of course, the question here is, am I writing a 4-paragraph essay, so introduction, body 1, body 2, conclusion, or am I writing a 5-paragraph essay, right? Here, if I wrote a 4-paragraph essay, I would actually do it as body paragraph 1 is this sentence all the way to here. Okay, so this would be my body 1. My body 1 would be video games are popular because they're an escape from reality and you get to compete with other people. And my body 2 would be about this part here. So that would be my body paragraph 2. If I wrote a 5-paragraph essay, then body paragraph 1 would be escape from reality. Body paragraph 2 would be competition with others. And body paragraph 3 would be a positive or a negative on brain development, depending on intensity. So that would be my body paragraph 3. Okay, so body 1 could be if I'm writing 4 paragraphs for the essay, so if I'm writing 2 body paragraphs, then the first sentence would be my body paragraph 1, the second one would be my body paragraph 2. If I'm writing 3 body paragraphs, then I would do 1 body paragraph on escape from reality, 1 on competition with others, and the third one on, it could be both negative or positive. Does that make sense, members? That explanation on the structure. Okay. So Paula, I would not combine body paragraph 2 as competition with others and positive negative effects. Rather, I would do competition with others together with escape from reality as 1 body paragraph, even if it's a bit longer. And then I would do a second body paragraph on the positive and negative brain development. Okay? It makes a lot more sense to, if I'm doing 2 body paragraphs, it makes a lot more sense to group this into 1 body paragraph and to group this into the second body paragraph. Okay? Yeah, Patricio, absolutely. So Patricio's asking it another way, and it's a good question. So if there's 2 questions, is it better to separate each one into a body paragraph? Yes, in most situations. You have to really pay attention to the questions, Patricio, but in most cases it is. Okay? Paula, yeah, that's a good question if you can, but in this situation, you can't so much. So in this situation, it's better to group these 2 together, and it's better to group this. So it's better to group the reasons for popularity into 1 paragraph and group the positive and negative of this into a second one. In some questions, Paula, it makes sense to group positive negatives with each reason, but not in this case. Okay, in this case, it doesn't make sense. So I'll make a note on this. Okay, so when you're practicing these at home, and then when you get to your real IELTS exam, remember this. Okay, so it is a good tip, and there are situations for both in the IELTS. Okay, so when you have multiple questions to answer, use the most logical grouping for your body paragraphs. Okay, otherwise it can get really confusing, even if you have good English skills, and you'll get a lower mark. So be very careful. Okay, all right, let's go to the introduction. So introduction begins with the hook. All right. Hook is an interesting sentence. I'm going to write one. Go ahead, members. Write your hook. Okay. If something doesn't make sense, do ask me. The hook, definitely do it. A lot of students think that it's not important. Some teachers too. I highly disagree. If you look at any half-decent literature or even movie scripts or movies, you will notice that they always include some kind of a hook to catch your attention, get you focused on the story, highlight the topic of the story or the essay. That's all reasons for including the hook. Okay. So again, video gaming is the topic, should be included in the hook. Okay. Yeah, Rahul, I'll take a look at it in just a moment after I write my hook here, okay? So here we go. Okay, so did something a little bit more advanced there. So keep your hook simple. I just thought I'd show you something a little bit more high level. Video gaming has swept the globe in the past 30 years as one of the most popular pastimes for millions of people. Okay, that definitely will catch the attention of the reader. Okay, Rahul, I'll take a look at your thesis real quick. Playing video games has become popular due to entertainment, as well as it has positive influences on innumerable people around the globe because it is comprehensive. I'm not sure what you mean by comprehensive still, Rahul. I don't think that's the best word there. It's much better than before, Rahul, but when the question asks what are the reasons video games have become so popular, you should give at least 2 reasons, okay? One is not going to be enough. Okay. Patricio, simple, beautiful. For the IELTS exam, it works great. Video games have become popular in the past 2 decades. I might throw just one more word in there, Patricio, extremely popular, just to add a little bit more pizzazz to that hook, all right? Yeah, Rahul, really pay attention to the plural. If it says, what is the reason, then one reason is okay. But if it says, what are the reasons, you should think of at least 2. Okay, so really pay attention to plurals, singulars in the questions. Ferdovs, the video games are a source of rest and fun for billions of people worldwide. Yes, Ferdovs, it's good. Just make sure that you don't make mistakes, okay? Video games are a source of rest and fun, okay? A source of rest and fun for billions of people worldwide. All right. Rehan, good to see you in class. Video games have, Rehan, watch your plural. Video games have become the most popular source of entertainment in the last 2 decades. Rehan, brilliant. Again, watch your plural and make sure to use the word to, T-W-O, okay? All right. Preeti, video games are a very popular source of entertainment for the last 3 decades for millions of people. Preeti, millions of people. Paula, video games have become a popular leisure activity in the last few decades. Last decade, if it's one, Paula, or last few decades, you're missing a word there if it's multiple. Okay, Rahul says video games have become a popular trend for thrills in the daily life of millions of people. Again, Rahul, good idea, but you got to pay attention to the grammar. Okay, then comes the background, which is definitions and importance. Okay, so I'm going to move along here a little bit. Again, try it out. I'm going to move along here just so we get to the end of the introduction. Okay. Again, remember, think about your reader as an alien. So what are video games? All right. So Okay, so this is my background. Again, it's like you're speaking to an alien here. So what do we mean by video gaming? Well, from simple, and again, this is what you do is you think about the topic and you ask it as a question. So what is video gaming today? So from simple games played by many on smartphones to the most advanced virtual reality games played in stadiums, digital gaming consumes an average of 3 hours a day in a modern person's life. Okay? This clearly has a massive impact on society. So there is my definition, and there is the reason why it's important to discuss this question, because it has a huge impact on society. Now, it's okay to use the word huge in conversation, but you should avoid it in your writing. It's too colloquial, okay? And now here, all I do is put the thesis at the end of the introduction, and I have my full introduction. So read it with me, members. Video gaming has swept the globe in the past 30 years as one of the most popular pastimes for millions of people. From simple games played on many smartphones to the most advanced virtual reality games played in stadiums, digital gaming consumes an average of 3 hours a day in a modern person's life. This clearly has a massive impact on society. The ever-increasing boom of video gaming can be attributed to an escape from reality and competition with others. This is a positive or negative for gamers' brain development depending on the intensity of their digital gaming habits. Okay, that is a band 9 level introduction. Grabs the reader's attention, clearly addresses the question that's being asked, uses a variety of words with complex compound grammar, and sets the structure for a high level essay. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to stop with the introduction. Members, I challenge you to finish this essay on your own at home, and I will schedule another members chat class for next week where we will finish this task 2 essay together, and then you can compare the essay you wrote at home with this one in class. Okay? That's all the time I have for this lesson, but not to worry. In 30 minutes, I will host another class for reading. Everybody is welcome to chat. The chat will be open to everyone for that. So make sure to join me. If you have questions, adrian@aehelp.com. Keep it up, students. You're on the right track. Just really make sure to pay attention to the question details and think about the best way to structure and convey the information. Paula, advances in technology allow people to play online and virtual games on many devices such as laptops and smartphones. This has a great importance for people who spend a lot of their time playing. Spend too much time, Paula, is a little bit opinionated. I would take that out, to spend a lot of time, or spend more than 3 hours a day. Paula, don't forget about quantitative language. Okay, quantitative language is very valuable in your writing and in your speaking. So remember quantitative language, Paula. All right, students. So again, I will see you hopefully in 30 minutes for some reading. We will take a look at a reading passage and some questions. We'll work through it together. Much love to all of you. Best of luck for those who are doing their exams this weekend. And do make sure to check out our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS and gieltshelp.com for the general version of the exam. See you shortly.